Hello friends, today we will discuss you a very important fact for Eay Bill. In the topic we will cover introduction, effective date, how to generate Eay Bill, circumstances where Eay Bill not required, details required for the Eay Bill, what is the validity of the Eay Bill, what are the recent changes in the Eay Bill with the FAQ. Let's move. CGST rule has been framed wherein every registered person under CGST Act, if required to furnish information prior to commencement of movement of goods and generation of e bill. A person in charge of conveyance e-bill is required to be accompanied by other documents with the goods during the movement. So, in the case there is any movement of goods, it's required to be supported by e-bill, which is required to generate. What is the effective date? E-way bill was made effective for interstate movement of goods from April 1st, 2018. States introduced e-way bill from inter-movement states on different dates, but now it is effective for almost all the states of India. The website for e-way bill is ewaybill.nic.in. Need to generate e-way bill if movement of goods and consignment value exceeds rupees 50,000. So it is mandatory if the way your value of the good is more than 50,000. E-way bill should be generated irrespective of value in the following cases: interstate movement of goods between principal and job worker, interstate movement of handicapped goods by a person exempted from registration. So in this case, that limit of 50,000 will not work. What are the circumstances where e-way bill is not required? Transportation by a non-motorist conveyance, transportation of goods from custom port, airport, air cargo to an inland container depot or container freight station, from ICD to CFS to port or from custom port to another, under custom supervision or under custom seal, transit cargo from or to Nepal or Bhutan, movement caused by defense, movement by rail where consignor is a government or local authority, transportation against delivery challan under Rule 55 up to distance of 20 kilometers. So in this situation, there is no need to issue e-way bill. Goods for which e-way bill not required. There are few goods also for which there is no need to have e-way bill. What are they? Empty cargo, empty cylinder for LPG, good treated as non-supply under Schedule 3, non-taxable goods like alcoholic liquor, petroleum crude, diesel, petrol, natural gas, goods exempt under Notification 2 2017, heavy water and nuclear fuels, LPG for supply for households, kerosene sold under PDS, currency, etc. So on in this all these cases, goods don't have to generate. What are the details required for e-way bill? Contents of Part A. So it is divided into two parts, Part A and Part B. Part A contains GSTN, place of dispatch and delivery, document number and date, value of goods, HSN code, reason for transport, GSTN of the transporter. And Part B, vehicle number for road, transport document number, and temporary vehicle number, railway receipt number, etc. So these are the few details which is required in the e-way. Now, what is the validity? Okay, up to for in the case other than over dimensional cargo for up to 100 kilometer it is valid for 1 day, and more than 100 kilometer it is for 2 days, and in the case of over dimensional cargo up to 20 kilometer 1 day and over above 20 kilometer 2 days. So this is the validity of a few changes made in recent in the GST are auto calculation of distance based on pin codes, blocking generation of multiple e-way bill for some same invoice or document, report of list of e-way bill about to expire soon. Further, there is also way that in the case of the taxpayer has not filed their GST return, they are not able to generate their e-way bill. So the person should be what we call able to file e-way bill only in the case he have filed all his GST return on time. Now let's have some few FAQs. What should be the value in the e-way bill in case goods are much higher than leasing charges? The value of goods consigned on lease basis shall be lease rental charge to be received and not the value of the goods. Expired stocks has no commercial value, but it is often transported back to the supplier for statutory and regulatory requirements or for destruction by seller himself. What needs to be done in such case of transportation of goods? EV bill are required even in case where goods are moved for reason other than supply. Delivery channel has to be basis for generation of e-bill in such cases. Whether an invoice is in respect of both goods and services, whether the consignment value should be based on the invoice value inclusive of value of services or only on the value of goods, whether HSN-wise details or services also required to be captured in Part A of the e-way bill in such cases. Consignment value and HSN needs to be determined for goods only and not for services, as only the goods are in movement and e-way bill needs to be generated accordingly. Whether goods are supplied is in where basis whether EWT is to be generated. EW is not required to be generated for supply of goods unless it is involved in movement of goods through a motorized conveyance. In case of sale of goods, as in where is basis, there is no movement of goods, hence there is no need to generate EWT in such cases. The goods are taken from one state to another for the purpose of display in exhibition whether EW is required to be generated. It would be required to be generated whether the value of the goods consigned exceeds 50,000. There is separate subheading which has a specific reference of exhibition display for generation of EWD e-way bill. Supply of goods through pipeline, whether oil, petroleum gases, water, electricity, whether EW is required to be generated. EW is required to be generated whether movement of goods is through motorized conveyance. Further, the EW portal has four modes of transportation that is road, air, rail, and sea. As the transportation of goods through pipeline may not be involve movement of goods through motorized vehicle, there may not be any need to generate e-way bill for such movement of goods. How to generate e-way bill is the goods in one invoice is multiple vehicles simultaneously, where the goods are being transported in a semi knocked down or completely knocked down condition. The EW shall be generated for each of the such vehicles based on the delivery channel issued for the portion of the consignment as per the CGST rule. What will be done in an e-way bill if the vehicle breaks down? If the vehicle breaks down when the goods are being carried with a e-way bill, then transporter can get the vehicle repaired and continue the journey in the same e-way bill. If he has to change the vehicle, then he has to enter the new vehicle details in the e-way bill on the e-way bill portal using update vehicle number option in part B and continue the journey in a new vehicle within original validity period of the e-way bill. Can the e-way bill entry be assigned to another transporter by authorized transporter? The authorized transporter can assign the e-way bill to an enrolled or registered transporter for further transportation of the goods. Subsequently, the new transporter can only update the Part B of the e-way bill. Can I use different modes of transportation to carry the goods having an e-way bill? If so, how to update the details? Yes, one can transport goods through different modes of transportation, road, rail, air, ship. However, Part B of the bill have not to be updated with the latest mode of transportation or conveyance number using update vehicle number mode of transport option in the portal. That is, at any point of the bill on the portal should match with the details of conveyance through which goods are actually being transported. In the case of public transport, how to carry e-way bill? In case of movement of goods by public transport, e-way bill shall be generated by the person who is causing the movement of the goods. In case of any verification, he can show e-way bill number to the proper officer. I am a dealer in tractors. I have purchased stock tractors from the manufacturer. These tractors are not brought on any motorized vehicle as goods but brought to my premises by driving them. Also, these tractors have not get the vehicle number. Is required in such case. It will be required in such cases. The temporary number or any identification number with the tractor have to be used for filling details of vehicle number for the purpose of e-way bill generation. So friends, with this, okay, I have tried to make you understand what is e-way bill, how to generate e-way bill, and various FAQs related to e-way bill. In the case you have any concern, feel free to contact me at taxbymonies@yahoo.com. Thank you. Jai Hind.